Hey, what's up, guys? Gons here at the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. There are several articles, mainly Haaretz.com and The People's Voice, reporting on Stonehenge-like prehistoric monument in Israel, and they're calling it enigmatic. Now, what's interesting about this, it's called, in Arabic, Rujm el Hiri, and it means stone heap of the wildcat. But in Hebrew, the name is Gilgal Refaim, which means wheel of giants. And, of course, it has reference to the giants in the Bible. Now, the word Rephaim, actually, interestingly enough, if you go look in the Bible, has a very fascinating meaning behind it. And this is where the study of the Hebrew word and the use of concordances and things like that come in handy, because there's little things that you wouldn't think are in the Bible that you wouldn't necessarily get in the English renderings. In Isaiah 14:9, it says this: Sheol beneath is stirred up to meet you when you come. It rouses the shades to greet you, all who were leaders of the earth. It raises from their thrones all who were kings of the nations. Okay, doesn't seem like there's much there. But if you look at the Hebrew, it has something very interesting. Sheol from beneath is excited over you to meet you when you come. It arouses for you the spirits of the dead, shades or ghosts. The Hebrew word Rephaim. And it means dead, departed spirits, spirits of the dead. And it occurs a lot in the Bible. But the fact that this monument, this wheel of giants, is called in the Hebrew Gilgal Refaim is very interesting. And there are many other places in the Bible where the Rephaim actually show up in its proper form, if you will. Joshua 12:4. And Og, king of Bashan, one of the remnants of the Rephaim who lived at Ashtaroth and Edrei. Okay, so we know that Og of Bashan was a giant, and he's a remnant of the Rephaim. Joshua 13:12. All the kingdom of Og of Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and in Edrei, he alone was left of the remnant of the Rephaim. So reiterating this other passage here. And then Deuteronomy 2:11, like the Anakim, they are also counted as Rephaim, but the Moabites call them Emim. Now again here, Rephaim. In 1 Chronicles 11:15, 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David at the cave of Adullam when the army of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And there's more passages here, and this connection of the Rephaim to the Anakim from Deuteronomy has a strong connection here with the Nephilim, okay? Deuteronomy 9:2, a people great and tall, the sons of the Anakim, who you know, and of whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the sons of Anak? And who are the descendants of Anak? Numbers 13:33. And there we saw Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come from the Nephilim, and we seemed ourselves like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them. And let me read for you part of this article here that was posted on yournewswire.com. Known as Rujm el Hiri in Arabic, meaning the stone heap of wildcat, the complex has 5 concentric circles, the largest more than 500 feet wide, and a massive burial chamber in the middle. Its Hebrew name, Gilgal Refaim, or Wheel of Giants, refers to an ancient race of giants mentioned in the Bible. It is up to 5,000 years old according to most estimates, making it a contemporary of England's Stonehenge. Unlike the more famous monument built with about 100 huge stones toppled by lintels, the Golan structure is made of piles of thousands of smaller basalt rocks that together weigh over 40,000 tons. It's an enigmatic site. We have bits of information, but not the whole picture, said Yuri Berger, an expert on megalithic tombs with the Israel Antiquities Authority. Scientists come and are amazed by the site and think up their own theories. No one knows who built it, he said. Some think it might have been a nomadic civilization that settled in the area, but it would have required a tremendous support network that itinerants might have not had. There could be an astrological significance. On the shortest and longest days of the year, the June and December solstices, the sunrise lines up with the openings of the rocks, he said. Standing on the ground inside the complex, it looks like a labyrinth of crumbling stone walls overgrown with weeds. From on top of the 5-meter-high burial mound, it is possible to make out a circular pattern. Only from the air does the impressive shape of a massive bullseye clearly emerge. Shards of pottery and flint tools were found in various excavations to help date the site, Berger said. Scholars generally agree that construction started as early as 3500 BC, and other parts may have been added to over the next 2,000 years. The complex is in an area now used for training by Israel's military, but visitors can explore the walls by crawling into the 20-foot-long burial chamber on weekends and holidays. There you have it. That's the article. And a couple other points here to mention. First off, 1 Chronicles 12:8 talks about these warriors who had the face of lions and that were so swift as gazelles to go up a mountain. Now, it's not clear that these were necessarily Nephilim, but some have suggested that they are. And they actually helped David during war. But if they are the descendants of the Nephilim in some way, then it would be interesting because the whole Arabic name of the cat being in reference here would relate to this. Now, the other part of it is this idea that it has astrological significances. We know that the occult do this. In fact, the United States uses things like this. At 11/11 on November 11th, this memorial does something absolutely jaw-dropping every year. And this is to commemorate the veterans for Veterans Day. At 11/11, these 5 pillars shines the seal of the United States onto the ground here in color. So this is very fascinating when the sun hits this right. Now, this kind of structure here that's used is very much part of the occult practice. And of course, the eagle here is the phoenix, and we can get into that and the symbolism there. But we know that this sort of thing is part of the occult tradition, the mystery religion tradition. So the fact that there is astrological significance to this monument in Israel is no surprise and has everything to do, I think, with the connection to the Nephilim. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. And I think this is just more proof that this whole giants thing is real. And the whole Nephilim is real. It's a real thing. And for those who simply continue to dismiss it, well, there's going to be more and more evidence to suggest otherwise. And I think Christians need to be aware of this stuff because it's not talked about on Sundays, obviously. And I think there's a reason why there is a huge cover-up of the giants. And it could be because the bloodline of the Nephilim could be still around, or at the very least, I think some rulers that are of this world think that they have descended from the Nephilim. So there you have it. Have an awesome day, guys. God bless.